And a crisis is growing in Sudan. The country is on the brink of collapse as two rival generals are battling for control of the resource-rich African country. The current conflict, which broke out about 18 months ago, is in danger of spiraling out of control. A new UN report on the fallout includes reports of mass killings, sexual violence, and the displacement of millions of people. So let's go to researcher and policy analyst from Sudan, Hamid Khalafallah, for more. Hamid, thanks for coming on. Give us just a brief rundown of how this conflict started, the goals of each side, and how we ended up here.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. So it's been more than a year and a half since the war in Sudan erupted back in April 2023. There's so many reasons for why this war is happening. And I think it's very important that we understand the multifaceted kind of nature of this war. Their internal reasons in the sense of the power struggle between the military and the paramilitary rapid support forces who were sharing governance in a way, and now they're fighting out who is the actual leader and so on. The external reasons where the regional actors, international actors supporting the war in Sudan to kind of preserve their extractive relationship with Sudan and to continue to exploit Sudan's resources, namely gold, land, and so on. And then there's this counter-revolutionary war that different actors, including the former regime that was in place before the revolution took place in 2018, 2019, and some other regional actors who are not interested in seeing democracy in Sudan, all of them, conspiring in this counter-revolutionary war that has, displaced over 11 million people and, kind of led to the world's largest humanitarian crisis, something, a scale that we have not seen in 40 years around the world.
Hamid, what is the humanitarian situation like for people living in Sudan right now?
It's quite, horrific on so many levels. There's a huge gap in the humanitarian assistance being provided. There's not enough resources being put by the international community in the humanitarian response. Most of the humanitarian aid agencies, are not operating in the most critical areas within Sudan. They're either operating on in the peripheries where it's relatively safer, or they have left Sudan altogether. So on the ground, in areas where the situation is dire the most, where over 80% of the healthcare facilities have went out of service, where half of the population is facing a severe hunger crisis, and so on. There's only the grassroots groups, mutual aid groups that are being supported by the Sudanese diaspora, who are trying to provide, support to local communities through soup kitchens and other initiatives. However, it's a very difficult situation on the humanitarian level. And also on the other side, these populations are facing the attacks of the paramilitary rapid support forces and human rights violations, and also indiscriminatory bombing by the military. So yes, it's a terrible situation on all sides.
All right, researcher and policy analyst from Sudan, Hamid Khalafallah, thank you.